Welcome, Rangers fans, to our midweek coaches show. We're here with our defensive and offensive coordinator, Craig Westerfer and Jeff Shin, and we're going to talk a little bit about last week's game against Wagner, our district football opener, and then we'll visit with Coach Patton about other things going on in Ranger athletics this week, and then we'll preview this week's game against New Braunfels. And coaches, I guess we'll go back to last week, district opener against Wagner. Tough one.
Yes, sir.
Overtime game. Just went down to the wire. Both teams had several chances to put it away, couldn't quite do it, and it goes down to the last play. So, Coach Shin, let's start with our offensive team. A little bit of a slow start in the first half.
Yes, sir. A little bit of a slow start, like you said. Kind of came out and did some things that have been recipes for success for us for a lot of years. You know, we get down in the red zone a couple times and don't leave with touchdowns, turn the ball over, and that's hard to win football games against a good opponent when you don't do those things. So they made it tough in the first half, but I was really pleased with the way they came out in the second half, made some adjustments. We were down 15-3 at half, right, and they could have thrown in the towel, our guys, but they didn't. They got themselves back in the game, fought their butt off, and got us to a place where we had an opportunity to win, and unfortunately didn't make some of the plays that we needed to make. But we can, even though it's a loss, I think we can definitely build on that second half.
Well, you know, it had the feel of a deep in the playoff atmosphere and game. You know, it was a tense white knuckle game really from the beginning, and certainly in the second half when it got so tense there late in the ball game. And so you learn something a little bit different about yourself every time you go out there. You're a little bit better next time, and obviously you want to win that game. But
yes.
Any individuals on the offensive side kind of stick out to you as having good ball games?
Oh yeah, we had some bunch of guys. You know, Hoskins ran the ball well. McCracken came in and ran the ball really well. Jalen got a little nicked up, and Cernahouse came in the second half, and just like he'd been doing it forever. It did a great job, and the thing I was, like I said, most pleased with is our guys. They never got rattled. They never got shaken. And they just kept fighting the fight, and unfortunately the clock ran out, They did a nice job.
Well, defensively, Coach Westerfer, this is a team that I think averaged 47, 48 points a game a year ago. Tough offense to defend, as we mentioned last week, a little option Navy, Army, Air Force style of offense. Overall impressions of our defensive performance against Wagner?
I thought we played really well at times. I thought we fit things really well in spurts. I thought the story of the night was explosive plays. We gave up too many explosive plays, and Wagner, to their credit, was able to capitalize on those. But for chunks of the game, we were fitting things pretty good. And I tell you, the one thing that you can always count on from our defense is they're going to play hard and they're going to run the football. But there's a couple of times that we misfit things or didn't play plays exactly right. And when you do that against that type of offense, they're going to make you pay. And unfortunately, they made us pay one too many times.
Your margin of error against good teams
is
minuscule. And I think if you're off by a foot, or if you're a half second late to arrive, then they're going to break one. And you mentioned turnovers. We turned it over twice. They turned it over once. So that's 2-1. I think they had 8 explosive plays. Our offense only generated 4, so that's 2-1. I thought our kicking game excelled. We didn't do anything earth-shattering, but we were solid there. I thought Wyatt Hayden continues to punt the ball very well.
Yeah.
Austin Hosier, 3 field goals and an extra point, continues to kick off well. We got some good play from our special teams. Defensively, Trey Moore continues to play with a hot motor.
Yes, sir. Trey Moore obviously he's a really good player, and he's a load to handle for the other team usually. I thought Darlington had a nice game playing middle linebacker. He was flying around a lot. Malachi Lane, another linebacker, I thought had a good game. And then Camden Egley came off the bench, and I thought he had a good game. He was in on a lot of tackles and really played well in his role. So I was pleased with all of their efforts. Like I said, just the explosive plays got us.
Well, I think we speak for all the Ranger fans as well as the coaches. We're never disappointed in our players. We were disappointed with the result, as they were, but It's a quality team, and that's the way it's going to be in 27-6A a number of times. We face that kind of atmosphere almost every week, as does everybody in our league. And so on we go. And we've got New Braunfels, another quality team, quality coaching staff this week. But before we preview that game, let's go to Assistant Athletic Coordinator and Head Volleyball Coach Courtney Patton. She's going to tell us what's going on in volleyball and cross country and team tennis both last week and what's ahead this week. So let's turn it over to her. Coach Patton.
Thanks, Coach. Hey, Ranger fans, we've got a lot to catch you up on. Your volleyball team won last night at East Central, and they remain undefeated in district. Tennis beat Judson last night to claim a district championship. Their playoff run will start October 26th at New Braunfels High School versus Churchill. Your cross-country team last week competed at the Southside Invitational, and this week you'll be able to see them running at the Northside Invitational. Your golf teams placed second at the Plum Creek Golf Course last weekend, and this weekend they're going to be at Brackenridge competing at Swing for a Cure, one of the biggest tournaments in the state of Texas. We wish them all the best of luck. Back to you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach Patton, for that update. And before we leave that, let's congratulate our head volleyball coach. I believe last Tuesday night was her 400th career victory, and can't think of her name right now, but the gal that coaches for us, we're very lucky to have her. And some of those victories, of course, were achieved at another school, but a good hunk of them here and many more to come. So congratulations, Coach Patton, and to our volleyball girls for a hard-earned win last Tuesday night. So this Friday, we're back home. We've been on the road for a couple of games. We had a home opener against Harker Heights. We've been on the road for 2 weeks. Got a home game. Going to play New Braunfels, who's, you know, a perennially good team, well-coached team. Got a lot of great football tradition. They, too, had a 2-0 start, lost their district opener. And so, you know, both teams in similar situations as they come into Ranger Stadium. And let's start with their defense against our offense, Coach Shin. What kind of challenges does New Braunfels bring?
Well, just like every week, it's another week. I'm looking forward to one day turning on the film and saying, man, we got these guys. But can't say that again. This is not that week.
All right.
But what they do is their gap sound defense, you know, which I think is something that I respect a lot. Is what our guys do. They're going to be in their right gaps. They're playing hard. They've got a D-line that plays with a high motor, really get after you. Linebackers that plug, physical. And then a back end, they got some safeties that are cover 4 safeties, run fit safeties that are going to get in the mix on the run. And then they play those corners on some islands sometimes, but they do a nice job. So we're going to just have to be steady all night, do our stuff, and just keep punching the dam, as we always say, because it's not going to be an easy task.
Well, we got to take care of the football, as we mentioned some turnovers last week. Can't have that again. Those are always costly in big ball games. Now, offensively, Coach, we go from a Navy, Army style of option offense to something a little different now. What does New Braunfels do?
Well, New Braunfels does a good job of being balanced. They they run the ball pretty well. They got a junior running back that's a second-year starter for them. He's a solid running back and really dangerous. He 250 yards or so against Seguin, and he's hurt some teams. Got a 3-year starter back at quarterback that is a really explosive player as well, and then they spread the ball around really well. They throw it to 4 or 5 different receivers fairly equally. It's a totally different style, but we'll have our hands full, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're good at it.
Yes,
And, we've played them every year for a number of years, and they're really good, of course, in the kicking game. And Coach Mangold and his staff have been together a while, and they do a tremendous job. So this is not a game where we'll have an edge, in the sense that, we can get them here, we can get them here. It's going to be like most close games. The games come down to a few key plays. The problem is you never know when those plays are. So you got to play well every play. So we're looking forward to it. We hope the Ranger fans got some of those limited tickets that COVID that forces us to restrict it to. But if not, we hope you'll tune in and we'll catch the game on Rangers Network. That link will go live at 7:15. If you're a subscriber, you'll get that link emailed to you. If you're not, you'll text the word Rangers to the number on the screen. You'll get the link. You'll watch the game. We hope you'll be there supporting the Rangers. We'll see you next time.